Welcome to Season 4 of the Biz Show, sponsored by InvestQuire. Discover what's next with this insightful podcast. And now, your hosts, Barry and Lisa. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, wait, this ain't That's a
Like
movie.
we're on a radio show here, huh? Let's change it up today. This is
Yeah,
the
let's
Barry
change it
and
up.
Lisa
Lisa, how you doing
Flash.
today?
Good. We both are celebrating our birthdays this week. Happy birthday to you.
So I've decided this. I'll take the birthday. I am not taking the year.
That's right.
The year
Well,
could just stay. I'm not counting years anymore.
we can have our listeners type in a comment how old they think you're turning and how old they think I'm turning, and then we'll know whether we love our audience and we don't like our audience so much.
Well, there's an idea. So yeah, let's see what people come up with. Sure. Go in
Yeah,
there
you
in the
guys.
comments and tell us how old do you think we are? And if you know us and you know how old we are, don't answer because we want to see what the other people think.
Yes, and whoever gets it right or gives us a younger age, we'll send you a prize.
Oh no.
We'll get
Lisa's
a
spending
free
our money already.
I didn't say what it was. I just said
Oh,
they'll get
there
a
you
prize.
go. Well,
You know,
everybody,
a movie.
welcome to episode 25 of season 4. Lisa, we got after this 5 episodes left for season 4.
And then what? Do we get to go on a vacation? We take a hiatus?
No, we start season 5.
Okay, we're going to bring season 5 to the table. We've been doing this a few
But
years now. So happy
yeah,
to have you all listening. Remember to
yeah.
tell your friends, subscribe, spread the word. We're trying to bring some information to the table for business owners or people thinking of starting a business. And Barry, being the educator that he is, and me enjoying talking to people and bringing more people into my sphere. Hopefully, you guys find this episode of value. What is the topic?
This topic is we're going to talk about 5, not 4, but 5 free tools that every business should be using right now in 2026.
The
So
top
we're
5.
talking
We're
business
going to
tools,
make this
right?
streamline, give you top 5 tools.
Yeah.
And this way you don't have to do any like AI chats or Google searches. And hopefully you can utilize one of the ones that we're bringing to the table. For you.
Hopefully. So, I get asked all the time when I'm out and about and in meetings or whatever, it's like, hey, what software should I be using? The accounting, like, should I be using QuickBooks? And what happens if all of a sudden I'm making $500 million a year? Can QuickBooks handle that? Do I need to go to another one like Sage or whatever, right? And so, I'll tell them the ones that are out there. And yes, by the way, Facebook can handle 500 million. It can handle $1 billion
Yeah.
a year. It's an accounting company. Whatever number you plug into it, accounting is not going to change from a small business. It is going to change, but the concepts and everything are still going to be the same. You're still going to need a P&L. You're still going to need a cash
Yeah.
flow.
I
You're
mean,
still
the
going to
goal is
need income. Yeah.
exactly. And, the goal is to create less work for you and make more of your processes streamlined. Barry and I had a meeting today about how to implement a new system for us to create deal flow and, log in all of our notes on projects that we're working on. And so there's always the need maybe to reevaluate what you're using and maybe transfer into a larger system. Like Barry mentioned, as your company grows, you may need something different. But we're going to give you some tools that you could just start with that are potentially free for your business. So you're not having to, put out any money to use them, but it will help you get organized and systems in place. And that is the key for new business owners, is to create those systems early on. So you're not having to go backwards and backtrack and find it later, like at a frantic rush when your business is really busy. So implement these systems from the get-go, use them. They're free, they're valuable, and they work.
They do, and there's no need to go out and spend hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on software you're going to use once or twice and figure out, oh, that doesn't work for me, right?
Right.
And now in today's society, 2026, most everything is online now anyway, right? So
Yeah, it's all at our
software as a
fingertips.
service or whatever you want to call it, you don't know you need to go to Best Buy and buy, the CD for QuickBooks anymore, right? Or for Microsoft, whatever the case might be. You can just
And just
download it online.
And just to mention, like some of these can be done through AI now. So maybe you don't even need to use this tool and people just go into their chat GPT and they're like, can you create a marketing piece? And then it just comes out within a minute. And you may be able to send it out to your database. But these are things that if you're still doing some manual work or like the aspect of being creative and uploading your logos and stuff like that, then these are available for you. And so tool
Right.
number one is the Canva, right?
Canva, yes, Canva is out there, and by the way, you can find it at canva.com, right? That's VAN or CANVA.com. And so Canva, it's a graphics program, right? So it can help you in the sense that you don't need to go out and hire a graphic designer. You don't need to go out and hire somebody that's going to do a lot of this marketing stuff for you, right? What's it going to do? Well, it can do your social media, graphics, presentations, flyers. You can do your business cards, brochures, YouTube thumbnails. I use it for our YouTube thumbnails.
Excellent.
Infographics, pitch decks is a different category. I still like PowerPoint for that, for specific reasons, but Canva's gotten pretty good at it. So
Yeah, and there's a free version, and then if you want to customize any of the templates more, specific to your business, then you may have to pay for the subscribe version, but it's actually very affordable and cheap to upgrade to that version. And also, it's just a great tool to have at your fingertips if you need a quick flyer or you want to create a newsletter that maybe you use for your drip campaign and send out, to your e-blast in your CRM system. There's many templates available for you in Canva. So once you go in there, you could explore. You can create an invitation. You could just do maybe a seminar template if you're going to be hosting a seminar. There's so many different templates right there at your fingertips, and all you have to do is upload your photo, input your text, and then it's could be ready in minutes. So it's great for marketing, for sales tools, for presentations. And they also allow you to upload it or download it on your computer as a PNG or JPEG, so that if you're using it on social media like Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, then you could download it to your computer as a JPEG so that you could just pop it onto the social media site in that version. And you could download it
not
also as a PDF if you're going to print it out and
yeah,
use it.
perfect. I was just going to say you could also do the documents and stuff as PDFs as well.
Yeah, I love to download as the JPEG because I even just pop it into my CRM emails when I do an e-blast. And this way it's in the body of the email and nobody needs to click on the PDF attachment. And they just see the beautiful sales flyer or marketing piece in their email body. So that is really a great tool to use. Canva is wonderful. If you're not doing the
Yeah.
chat GPT thing, all of your stuff could be housed in there. So when you pull up canva.com, the next time you'll see all of your projects. So if you create a template that you really love and you get good response to, then you could just edit it each time and use it, use that template that you created initially and use it again and again and again, because branding is all about being consistent, right? So I
It
like the fact
is.
that all my projects are housed in there and I could see them all, and then I could just reuse
I
some of them.
we have a bunch of our stuff in there, so we use it daily, and yeah, we have the paid version, so it's good. It helps a lot, and it's actually taken. I remember back in the day, Lisa, where I would spend hours, days, sometimes weeks working on some type of a brochure. Now I can
Yeah.
get one done in 30 minutes, maybe 20.
Yeah, I used to use a company called Express Docs, and they would do the flyer there, and then I would have to order it and wait for them to ship it to me. I was like, using some company out in the universe, and then they would do the
Yeah,
flyer for me and ship it to me in good quality paper and things like that. Now those
right.
days are over; those companies are gone, right? Obsolete.
Yeah. Well, so tool number two is Google Workspace, right? And there is a paid version for that and a free version for that as well, right? And so where you're going to go, you're going to go to workspace.google.com. And so, you know, even if you don't subscribe to Google Workspace, there's a free Google tools that include powerful tools, right? Basically, Microsoft Word, right? Or not Word, Office. You got Docs, you got Sheets, you got Slides, you got Forms, and Drive, and Meet, right? And sometimes we do Zoom, and sometimes we do Google Meet with
Yeah,
our
it's great.
clients.
If you're an HP user, I mean, back in the day, we'd always have to buy the software like Office 365, where it has a lot of those formats housed in there. So Google is got everything that you need. You don't need the Office if you're using a Mac computer, or even if you're not, you could still have access to these types of things. And it's great when you're collaborating because then the other person can go into that same Google Doc and put in anything that they want to add, and you could work as a team even if you're not sitting next to each other or in the same room. So I love it for collaboration. I love that aspect of it. You could file share, this way people have access to it right through an email. You can have remote
Yeah,
teams like I
you and
just
I were working. Sorry for
yeah,
interrupting,
no,
but I
it's okay.
remember you and I were working in Google Docs with a client, and we were in the same document at the same time, and I could see you typing, you could see me typing. Remember that? That was
Yeah,
really,
it was
and we were
great.
just on the phone, and we were working and talking and talking about this. You were working on a section, I was working on a section. It worked well.
Yeah, we had a total live work meeting, and that's really key and essential. It saves a lot of time because then you don't have to go back and forth on emails or phone calls. So, yeah, we just did a live working session in the Google Docs. It's
Yep.
so good if you want to create like customer surveys or a lead capture form, or maybe you want to have some sort of like event registration, and then other event attendees could see, what is changing right, before the event actually happens. You can use it for employee application processes, or even client questionnaires so that your clients could receive somewhere where they could input, maybe a testimonial or a satisfaction survey or something. And all of those things are available at no cost. So you guys should go in there, check it out, use them, get to know them, and just, then the sky's the limit basically, because there's so much you can do with them. And I love the fact that you maybe don't have to subscribe to Zoom, and you could just pop in a Google Meet invite to somebody that you want to have a visual meeting with, a virtual meeting with. So use the Google Meet aspect too, because it's free.
Yeah, definitely so. So number three is Trilio, and that's Trello.com. And Trilio is really, I like it. I've used it. And I'm thinking about tying it into some of the work that we're doing right now for our deal flow, in the sense that it's little cards like sticky notes or whatever the case might be. It's project management, right? Basically is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. And so you can have all these little cards on the screen, and each card can have a sub card on it down. So for us, we're looking at, maybe we're working with a particular broker, and then with that broker they got three deals, so each deal can have its own little sub card, and then inside that sub card can be, so you're nesting all these little sub cards inside of it,
Yeah.
but you can tie all that into your CRM, and so everything, when you do something here, it goes to your CRM, or when you do something in your CRM, it goes to there. So um, really, really, really good thing. So examples to use for that is obviously your sales pipeline, marketing calendars, even your hiring processes, right? If you're hiring somebody and you're going through certain different steps. I remember at GE, sometimes we would have employees or candidates, we would interview them 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And so they would
Exactly.
go around depending on what we're hiring them for. So this would be a great process. I mean, I'm talking the early 2000s, the late 90s. So none of this was around. It was all on paper, which I hated.
Back
Um,
in the day. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. But our podcast production can be done on that too. So something to think about.
Yeah, it's a valuable tool. It makes me laugh because when Barry was talking about sticky notes, if you ever get a glimpse of his workspace or mine, we are so funny because we are old school and we put our notes on sticky notes as if they're going to remind us quicker, better.
They're not, but it's a quick
And
note, and I don't have to sit there and type anything down.
it's just, I think it's more for us how we operate. We put it on paper, then we remember it better. I think that's how it works for us.
I'm old
Um,
school, right? And I like new school too, absolutely. But you know what? I got a pen right
yeah,
here, and I
Yeah.
got my post-it note right here. It's easy
I
just to go,
know.
okay, call so and so, and
And then I go
then
through all my notes and I look at them. I'm like, which one of these can I throw away? And there's usually one item on each note that I haven't done yet. So I still have all the notes. It's crazy. I
yeah.
don't know. Call it crazy. But Trello would be great to keep it all housed in one spot. Then maybe you don't need to do this anymore, but I still do it because it makes me feel good. Um, but anyway, it's a great tool for startup companies, you guys, because then everybody could see what each of you are working on, especially when you're working collaboratively as a team. You don't have to like run over to their office, and maybe you're not in the same building, so you can't do that anyway. But I remember working in large real estate offices and having to run down the hall and ask, my boss something. Oh, did you send that out to the client or whatever? Well, those days are over. We're all working remotely or in some hybrid version, so we're not able to do that. But now we can do it just by clicking the button, getting into Trello, and looking at what our colleagues are working on and where they're off potentially on a project. So it's fantastic for project management
It
and
is,
also for tracking those tasks. Yeah. And you could be like, oh my God, Barry did that. I don't have to do it. It makes you feel better. Then you can move on to the next item in your day.
yeah,
Um,
and we should definitely give a mention to like Slack and to Microsoft Teams. Now, those are communication tools. They're not project management tools, but what you were talking about in the communication just made me think about that too as well.
oh,
And
yeah.
there
Then
are
you can
free versions of those as well.
directly to somebody. Yeah. On the
Right,
Teams
right.
app
I
for
use
sure.
WhatsApp a lot, right? So with a lot of our investors, we use WhatsApp to communicate. With Dan and Aries and Giles
Yeah.
and a few others out there. It's always communication through WhatsApp.
Instead of one of these tools, it's just quicker, right? It's like a text.
It's what they
Yeah.
use, so we use what they use, right?
Exactly. We have to. You have to if you want to communicate with your not only colleagues but your clients. You got
Right.
to use what they use sometimes, right?
Yep. So tool number 4 is Miller Lite. Not Miller Lite. Don't think that you're going to be cracking a beer, because this is not a beer. This is Mel,
Not
as
happy
in
hour.
email, right? So, and it's Meller, Mailer, Lite, Lite.com. And every business should be building an email list, right, Lisa? We do, you do for sure. Not a social. I mean, yes, a social media following, but you own your mailing list, whereas you don't own all the subscribers on Facebook or Instagram or all that other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So um, this is, some businesses at some point when they have this big database, they turn around and sell it. We don't do that, but
Yeah.
some do sell the names, email addresses, and telephone numbers. Um, if you own this here, it's easy to do. I hate to say it that way, but marketing still drives one of the biggest returns, right? So when you're out there, Lisa, and you're selling a home, do you get more feedback from your email campaign or from your social media campaign? Or do you really know? Do you track that?
Oh my gosh, I haven't tracked the numbers like you like to do, but we do get analytics that come back from our e-blasts. And I think Meta does track how ads do, like the paid ads on Facebook and Instagram, the boosted ones, though those will track the analytics too. But I think I would say more so on social media, just because the following is so much more closely connected and maybe more, they're spending more hours a day on social media than they are in their email. I hate to
Well,
say it, but
keep in mind this is free, so the Facebook paid ads and stuff like that don't count. This is you just throwing a
yeah.
post out there, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I just feel like, gosh, everyone's checking their social media. Like, I don't know how many times an hour, but I'm sure there's a stat on that. And I know there's definitely different hours of the day where people are spending time in social media. But I do get feedback on my e-blast. They'll say, oh, great piece that you sent me. Oh, I'll let my client know about this. So it's always nice to get a response. And that's, one of our podcast topics is to know what marketing templates are working or what lead magnets are working. So you stay consistent and do them again. So yeah, they're best. This is best for the email marketing and automation. Really, we want you to be able to have things done automated, so you're not spending hours each week, on these marketing pieces. So I love to do newsletters because that's really kind of where you're like customizing it or maybe bringing a current event to the table in a newsletter, but that is time consuming. But this Mailer Lite does have the capability of doing newsletters or building landing pages and doing those automated email or e-blasts, which is really essential to your business to stay in front of your client. Like I call it like a commercial because you're just staying in front of their subconscious mind. And maybe when they're ready, they'll pull the trigger because they'll remember that they keep seeing your face or your email come across their desk.
Top of
And it's also
mind.
helpful in designing lead magnets, which we talked about on our last podcast. So this has the capability to design those for you. And we want to, we want you to get the highest return on your pieces. So if you're not good in the marketing or creativity aspect of your business, you can hire somebody or subcontract out how to do these drip campaigns, how to build these landing pages. And I know somebody on the screen that can do it. I'm pointing to you.
I'm pointing to you.
Us, so we can help you with that. I actually love marketing so much. I was going to make it in college and I didn't take that path. I just did business. But so yeah, so we're available if you want any creativity or spend an hour with us. We can help you and work alongside you, or you could just hire us outright to do anything that you may want us to do for you to help your business get more profitable.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, tool number five, it's the elephant in the room, right? That's AI, and so here's the thing. And Lisa, I in thinking and seeing this, really, next week's podcast should be these, all of these, to decide to tell people which ones are better for what, because they are different. And this is
Yeah.
we're talking about AI, right? We're talking about
Yeah.
ChatGPT, we're talking about Gemini, we're talking about Claude, Perplexity, Copilot.
I don't even know. I don't have any clue because I haven't used them or compared them. So I would love to teach on that so I can learn more by us discussing these topics or these
I,
different chips.
I've researched them extensively,
Yeah.
and each one of them shines in certain areas and falls
Of course.
short. And
Yeah.
I've actually put them all to a test where I've asked it to do certain things, the exact same stuff across all platforms, and they've come back with their answers. And some of them, I'm like, I already knew what the answer was. Like, yeah, you're off the mark. And here's the thing: when and this is why I'm going to save most of this for next week. This really is an impromptu one. We'll add it in because this wasn't our topic for next week. But seeing this, we need to do it. Um, but um, they have, you hear about prompting all the time, right? And here's the thing: you can't use AI just by, like you do, go to Google and type in, "Hey, what's this?" You're going to get a very generic and a plain answer. You have to define the criteria almost
Specific.
down to the in the weeds of the detail that you're looking for, or some type of outcome and who you are and stuff like that, right? In order
Yeah.
to get the right answer. So but it's this is no longer optional, right? If you're not using AI in your business, you're failing because all of your competition is, right? Um, but you need to learn how to use it effectively, right? So I think we'll do that next episode.
That would be
But
great.
examples,
Yeah.
a business plan, right? Business plans, marketing ideas, writing proposals, research, sales emails, SOP, SOP, standard operating procedures. Um,
Anything.
yeah, brainstorming. So I use it
You
for
want to make a
brainstorming a
photo of
lot.
yourself? You could make a new photo of yourself. You could say, take this old photo and refine it, make it better and then it will give you a new photo of yourself to use in marketing. It's so
It does.
crazy. And I
It
mean, a
made me
lot of
look like Bozo
on
the Clown.
my girlfriend just made a photo of her as like Superwoman. I mean, a lot of people have fun using it. We were talking about it last night over dinner, and Anthony, my son, was saying that he doesn't feel that people should be using it as much as they do because we still should be using our own brains and our
Thank
own.
you, thank you, thank you.
I
I
remember when,
agree. Anthony, I love you,
yeah,
buddy. We're on the same page.
Yeah, and he's like, he told me, he goes, I don't even use it as much as some of the people around me are using it, and I don't either. I resist it sometimes because I'm old school, and I just like to be able to be part of a process, so I know that I put my creativity into it or my own brain power into it. And
Mhm.
then you also have a bigger sense of reward, I think, because I think it creates a lot of people to become lazy, if you will. Um,
Exactly. And in business,
yeah,
that you want just the opposite, right? You need to be sharp and you need to be on your
exactly.
A game, and
That's just
because
my
then you're not
opinion, but
running the business, AI is running your business.
it does it does cut out the hours of your day. So I love it for that aspect. It makes you more efficient and maybe be able to take on a lot more in your workday. So that is the aspect. Of course, we're all working so fast these days. We can't even wait for somebody to respond to a text. It's like, oh my God, you didn't respond to my text. And so that's where the world is going, unfortunately. I remember 3 years ago, Barry, we were sitting at the top of Chase Bank, and where we used to do our podcasts and meetings. They had a wonderful conference room for us to use. And you told me, Lisa, there's going to be artificial intelligence that will be doing operations on people, like certain types of operations, like robots. And I was like, no, no, Barry, it's not. And then I was like, no, this can't happen. I mean, this is just 3 years ago. Like we've come such now. It's like, of course they are. Of course they're operating on your eye, on your cornea, whatever. And
I
I'm
had
like, I
I
couldn't
had my
believe
I heard my hernia surgery a few months back, and there was AI and a computer sitting there, and it looked like a spider with all these little uh,
oh my
arms in
gosh.
it. And the doctor says, "Yeah, it's going to be performing the surgery." I'm like, "Oh!" But
What?
yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. And they did a good job, thankfully. But I
Thankfully,
think
they did.
I think we've come a long way. I think that I'm still adapting to the change of it being an app on my phone to go to. I don't go to it every day, but there's so many different ones. And so when people say Gemini, I'm like, which one's better? But it's kind of like people. Like people have different strengths, different weaknesses. So not one is going to be perfect. You may have to have a combination of them available to
Mhm.
you. Maybe you subscribe to one but not the other. But we will break that down. I love that idea to break it down so that we could just explore the differences so that maybe people will know which one to go to for certain things. I love
Yes,
that. And
they.
Barry did a wonderful job at doing research. And so we'll bring that to the table next week. So remember that it may be replacing some jobs. People may be starting to get laid off, unfortunately, but it will never replace an actual business owner. CEO will never replace you. You are still the owner of your company. It is a tool, which is what this podcast is about. It's not
Exactly.
going to replace, hopefully, your brain and your value that you bring to the table, hopefully. It's just helpful to supplement your daily tasks that you have to do. So a lot of business owners
Yeah.
are using AI, but um, it
They all have free versions, right?
yeah, they could potentially
And
outperform those who are not using it. So we want to make sure that you are exploring you can implement it into your systems every day, because
yeah,
other people will be using it and maybe more efficiently getting items out into the public. Whereas if you're not using it, you may be behind the curve a little bit. So we do encourage you, people that are of my generation or older, that you are going to have to start using it because that is what everybody is doing. So it's
who
really
you calling
great for
older?
they haven't guessed our age yet, so maybe they're going to think I'm older.
You're older, not me. You're older than I am.
I always say I'm wiser than I was before. Um,
Like wine, right?
yes.
Don't get too old though; it could turn into vinegar.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Well, AI is
yeah.
going to help me look younger because I'm going to put new photos on all my marketing. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
there you go. But yeah, but what happens when they see you in person?
I know. Wait, they're like, who are you?
Maybe they're
So
going to
yeah,
have you're going to have a little AI robot that can sit there and put all your makeup on for you.
oh my
You can
gosh,
just sit there.
I just want an AI masseuse person to come give me a massage.
I've
Um,
never had one.
yeah, maybe I'm going to order a massage robot. I'm going to look that up today.
Oh
Anyway,
God.
not to go. That's what I want for my birthday. I want a hairstylist robot and a massage robot. You guys I'll give you my address. Hit me up on offline.
Oh, there you go. Well, listen, there are a few bonus tools. Honorable mentions here are Calendary, right? I use that daily. I mean, I've got meeting schedules left and right. Zoom. Lisa had already talked about Zoom. Um, Notion, which is I mentioned to you with Trello and stuff like that. There's also ClickUp, um, Bitwarden, which is password management, and then OBS, which is actually if you're going to do live streaming or you want to record your screen so that you can take and put that in videos and stuff like that. So those are your honorable mentions.
Yeah, and so we didn't go through each one of those, but those are some really great tools that you can implement into your business also. And if you want to check out our Facebook page, we'll have them mentioned in the podcast, so you can just
Yeah,
have them as a point of reference to revisit and explore them further.
yeah,
Or you can hit us
yeah,
up, and we'll be glad to talk them through with you.
yeah,
But we like to wrap up here. We're about the 30-minute mark. We like to do our pro tips section. So there's 6 of them.
yep.
And you're going to do
So
the first 3 there?
pro tip number one is do yourself a favor and don't implement all of these at the very same time, right? Implement one, master it, learn how you can use it and implement it into your business before you move on to the next. If not, you're just going to burden yourself down. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to spin your wheels, and then you're just going to forget about it, move on, and then guess what? You're still stuck manually doing everything that you originally thought you were going to automate. Tip number two, work with your repetitive task first, right? Make sure you automate those, right? Because if they're repetitive and you're doing them daily, 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 that's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a half an hour, you can claim back to do something else, right? Work with your clients, work with your product, whatever the case might be. And then
Yeah.
third pro tip here is review the software subscriptions every 6 months. And I say that because there are times that, and I've even found myself, I've subscribed to something, I'm doing it, and then it kind of just falls off the wayside. So if I'm not using it, kick it to the curb.
Yeah. And pro tip number 4, I mean, a tool is only good is if you're teaching your team and your colleagues and introducing it to your staff and telling them to use it so that everyone could be more effective. Otherwise, it's only being partially used and it's not going to do your whole entire company any good. So train the team, introduce the tool, and tell them this is a new system that you'll be implementing into your workday. Pro tip number 5, choose the tools that integrate with one another. Hopefully they are compatible with each other and you're not having this clunky system of maybe some of it overlapping where that tool does the same thing that tool does, but something that kind of integrates well and fills in those gaps, like maybe some of those AI products hopefully
Yeah.
do.
Well, we were
Um,
just talking about that, and I mentioned to you, I've got all these tools I'm using, but I need to start integrating them now because each one is a standalone.
Yeah, and it gets really redundant and it kind of creates more work for you. So hopefully
It
you'll be able
does.
to figure out which ones are going to complement one another and integrate with your business really, really effectively. And then pro tip 6, start with the free version, check it out, see how you like it. How is it working for you? Is it being effective and helping you produce the daily things that you want quickly? And then if you love it and want to expand it, with that tool, then you could order the upgraded version so that you're getting more templates and more items available to you within that program. And
Yep.
so upgrade when you need to.
Yep. Definitely so. All right. So 5 tips to avoid. Number one is don't buy software just simply because it's popular. If other people say, "Oh, yeah, I'm using this," do your research, right? Figure out what's going to work for you and your business.
Yes.
Number two is using multiple tools get the same job done.
Yeah, we just talked about that. And failing to
Mhm.
train your team is another. We just talked about
Yep.
that. Do not forget to train the team. Paying for your premium plans out of the gate when you're not even sure you're going to use the product. No need to do that. Spend 30 days. Sometimes you do get a free trial anyway.
Yep.
So,
Okay. Very good. Well, listen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Biz Show. Lisa and Barry, here we are, and we're about to sign off for this episode, but we'll be back next week. And
yeah, go make money, guys, and subscribe, hit the click button on YouTube channel, on the Biz Show. We have a Facebook page, we have a website. We hope to be of value and service to you guys, so feel free to reach out. We're here to help.
oh, and I got one more announcement to make, Lisa. By
Yeah.
the way, we on our audio side are now up to 52,000 listeners.
Wow, that's great.
So
We
we're
got to
going
get
from
to that
47 to 52. Yeah, we got to get to 100,000.
Today the year is half over, so we have half of this year to get to the
You
100,000.
know what? You are absolutely right. Today is exactly half of
Yeah,
2026.
I know. So go make some more
Wow.
money, double your money, and let us be of help to you guys.
Go make some money, guys. See you later.
Thank you all for listening to the Biz Show podcast. Subscribe to stay updated and follow Barry and Lisa on Facebook at The Biz Show. Share your comments or suggest business topics that you'd like to hear. Thank you all for listening. Bye.